Hi guys, it's Ray here. So a massive welcome to week one or challenge one of the 30-day challenge to help you become bulletproof and super confident as a goalkeeper. Now in this challenge, this is arguably the most important thing that you're going to have to learn and master. And the reason why I want to do it for the first challenge, one is because it's so important, but two, you'll notice as I go through the 30-day challenge and as you get your weekly homework, is that I will be coming back to this. I call it a success trait. You can obviously, people call it different things, but I'll be coming back to this success trait in more or less every video and every challenge that I'm going to be sending you each week, because it's all based around this topic, this success trait that will help you become bulletproof in terms of you being super confident. And what I'm talking about is the art of visualization. Now, don't worry when you hear the word visualization, because when I first heard the word visualization, the first thing I thought of is, well, that sounds a bit complicated. How do you even spell it? But it's super important, and it's not as complicated as you think. And I mentioned this in a previous video. Basically, visualization is just daydreaming, but on steroids, but also daydreaming with a focus, with a purpose, and a target, and something that you want to achieve in life. So you can visualize or you can daydream, towards achieving your dreams. And it doesn't have to be goalkeeping as well. You can visualize, getting better grades in school. If you're an adult and you want a better job, you can visualize getting a better job, etc. You can visualize every technique of your goalkeeping that you want to improve. If you want to improve your goal kicks, you visualize. If you want to improve coming for crosses, you visualize. It's super important. But also as well, once you understand how simple this process is, and when a lot of people, the reason why they don't visualize is because when someone says, hey, listen, this is one of the keys to your success in life, this is one of the keys for you to becoming a better goalkeeper, because it's that basic and easy to do. A lot of goalkeepers actually write it off. They go, yeah, whatever, that's just too simple, because you can actually do it in your armchair, or you're sitting on the edge of your bed, or sitting on the floor with your legs crossed. It literally takes 5-10 minutes a day. It is actually super easy to do once you know how to do it, but also as well, it's vitally important as well. And as I say, because because when you realize how easy it is actually, sorry, I'm going to digress. The reason why a lot of goalkeepers don't do visualization is one, and for the most part, this is the reason why most don't do it, is they don't know. They don't know about visualization. Nobody's ever taught visualization. They certainly don't teach visualization in schools, and as a result, because the most of the population don't understand visualization themselves, one, they don't do it, and two, they don't teach it to their children, to their students, to their loved ones, etc. So that's the number one reason why most people don't visualize, is because we just simply weren't told. I wasn't told in school, so there's nothing to be embarrassed about not knowing, because if you don't know, you don't know. And the second reason as well is when you do find out, like I've already previously mentioned, when people do find out about visualization, when someone says, I've got this amazing tool, this amazing success trait that you can master and that can help you achieve your dreams, and you're like, wow, it's got to be something massively complicated. When people find out how easy and basic it is, they write it off. They go, nah, that's nonsense. But it's super important. And like I said in previous videos, every top professional athlete in the world uses the art of visualization. Actually, not just athletes as well. Actors. Should I say the dirty word, politicians? Politicians. Anyone that gets to the top of the field. Scientists, etc. Musicians. I might have already said that. Sorry. Anyone who gets to the top of their field, they will visualize their success in their mind before they even become a success. Honestly, please bear with me on this as well, and I'll give you the homework to do. This will not only help you become a better goalkeeper, this will give you the edge on your competition, because I guarantee 99.9% of your competition will not be doing obviously what we're going to be speaking about in the 30-day challenge. They will not be working on their visualization, on their confidence, etc. And confidence is the key to success. If you want to be the best goalkeeper, that you can possibly be, if you want to be the best goalkeeper in your area, if you want to become semi-professional, gain a college scholarship, become professional goalkeeper, honestly, visualization is key. And please, it is like, this is not your homework, but please do this when you get a moment. Try and find out someone who you admire, your favorite goalkeeper, your favorite musician. You might have a favorite athlete. Try and reach out to them, or try and do a bit of research on them. And I will bet you I won't bet you, sorry, that's the wrong thing to say. I don't bet, by the way, okay? I don't bet, that's the wrong thing to say. But I'll guarantee that they will be practicing the art of visualization. So if the top athletes in the world, if your favorite goalkeeper, in the world, practices the art of visualization, do you think you should do it as well? And the answer is a solid yes. Okay, yeah. So I know I'm waffling on a bit here before I obviously get to the exercise, but I really want to drill into the point, how powerful visualization is, and obviously the reason why a lot of people, don't even, not even heard of visualization. And you could be a parent helping your goalkeeping child, and you might go, right, hands up, I've never heard of visualization also. Don't worry about it, okay? It's if you don't know, you don't know. In fact, I actually never knew about visualization. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I've got a bit of man flu, so I do apologise if I'm feeling a bit, if I sound a bit snotty, pardon me French. But I actually never found out about visualization probably until I was in my early 30s. So as a youngster, so I'll give you a bit of my story, how I learned the art of visualization. So hopefully once I tell you what I went through, you're going to go, wow, Ray, if you can do it, so can I. And if you did it without even knowing, and I'm going to tell you the secrets how to do it, it's going to obviously help yourself. So I'm just going to tell you a bit about myself in terms of how I learned the art of visualization. And then obviously I'll come back obviously to yourself and obviously tell you what you need to do obviously to visualize your success. So basically, to start off with, I started visualizing when I was a child. Now I did not realize I did not realize I was visualizing. So basically I was daydreaming. I was daydreaming on steroids, because my dream was to become a professional goalkeeper. So basically from about the age of like 11 or 12, I was like, that's what I want to be, a professional goalkeeper. And I used to, every moment I used to visualize playing in front of thousands of people. Now my home football club was Liverpool Football Club. I lived a few miles away from Liverpool Football Club. So my boyhood team was Liverpool, and I used to support the goalkeepers at the time. When I grew up was Bruce Grobbelaar, Ray Clements, etc. So they were my idols, and without name dropping, Bruce Grobbelaar went on to become a very good friend of mine, which is obviously I still pinch myself over that. He's an amazing guy. But I used to visualize myself being Bruce Grobbelaar, playing in front of thousands of people, people screaming and shouting my name, me making amazing saves, at the Cop at Anfield, and I would do that every single day. Seriously, I'd be in a daydream, as I say, visualising. I was playing at Wembley against Everton, obviously, which is Liverpool's rivals. Everton is another football club from my hometown of Liverpool, and Liverpool and Everton used to be like derby games, used to be massive games when I was a youngster, and I used to visualise playing against Everton at Wembley in the FA Cup final, and that we beat Everton. Actually, ironically, I actually ended up playing for Everton for 2 years as a professional goalkeeper, so how ironic is that? As I say, I always used to watch Liverpool and wanting Liverpool to beat Everton, and I ended up playing for Everton for 2 years. Obviously, life's funny, isn't it? Anyway, going back to my visualization, I used to visualize, playing at Wembley in front of 100,000 people. We were winning Everton 1-0. It was like the last 10 seconds of the game, and Everton get a penalty. And as I say, and the striker Gary Lineker, it would have been at the time, put the ball down at the penalty, and I was just about to save the penalty when I would hear a big massive shout, "Newlands, will you wake up and do your work?" It was normally one of my school teachers, obviously waking me up from a daydream, was it? Because that's how bad I was. I used to daydream all the time. Now look, I'm not suggesting you daydream in school. Don't be doing that. You should be focusing on your school work. So that's how it all started for me. I used to daydream all the time, at home, in school, when I shouldn't have done. And thankfully I went on and achieved my dream. It took me 6 years to achieve, become professional when I was 18. So yes, so from the age of 12, I was going on football trial, etc. And I achieved my dreams when I was like 18 years of age to become a professional goalkeeper. Also, quick digression as well. What I will do in one of the emails, I will give you a link to my book, How to Become a Professional Goalkeeper. Actually, it'll be an ebook version, and I'll give you a link where you can download my book, How to Become a Professional Goalkeeper, completely free of charge. That will also help you build your confidence, and also if you're a parent of a goalkeeper as well, that will really help you to help your goalkeeping child, especially if your goalkeeping child gets to a professional football club's academy. As a parent, you really need to read this book, How to Become a Professional Goalkeeper, because it will help you as a parent to deal with all the egotistical coaches. They're not all bad at football clubs, but let's just say there's a lot of egos of professional football clubs, and it'll teach you as a parent to deal with those egos. And that's why again, to digress, when my career finished as a professional goalkeeper, that's why I decided not to go back into professional football as a goalkeeping coach, because for me, I couldn't be bothered dealing with the huge egos every single day, and that's why I started Just for Keepers. And as they say, say no more. Over 20 years later, I'm still running Just for Keepers. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so if you've not got the link on how to become a professional goalkeeper, and you're listening to this now, please just send me an email. Say, hey Ray, can you send me the link for the ebook, and I'll send you the link and you can download it completely free of charge. It will really help you as a goalkeeper or your goalkeeping child, but it'll also help you. It's written more for parents, so it will really help you to help your goalkeeping child. Anyway, where was I? Back to me daydreaming. Okay, so I used to daydream absolutely everywhere. So even when I become a professional goalkeeper, I used to visualize every single day. But I didn't realise I was doing this, because when I played professionally, there was nobody. It's not like it is now, where you've got sports scientists, etc. And and you've got someone that you can go to on a daily basis, that can pick you up. So again, these professional goalkeepers don't know how good they've got it now, because they can go to their sports scientist. It's called something else now as well, but they can go on a daily basis, and they can work with their sports scientists. It's not the sports scientist, it's something else. I forgot the word, but they can work with someone that really understands the art of visualization. I never had that as a professional goalkeeper. When I played professionally, basically, if you made a mistake, the motivational speech that came from our managers was, if you make that mistake again, you're out the team. So you can imagine what that would do to a goalkeeper. When you've made a mistake, you're underconfident, and then you got your manager saying, if you make another mistake, you're out the team. That's really counterproductive on how the human mind works, but that's how I had to deal with it as a professional goalkeeper. So I actually went through being a professional goalkeeper, visualizing every day, which will come to how you can do that, visualizing every single day, me having the perfect game, being the perfect goalkeeper, etc. But then what happened, as I say, my career comes to an end, age 28 or 29, or just going to 29 years of age, when I was playing for Wigan Athletic, a freak training ground accident finished my career, and I went from being a professional goalkeeper to basically not being a professional goalkeeper. Anyway, long story short, I started to do Just for Keepers, and because I realised I wasn't a businessman at the time, I started reading book after book on self-help. So I've read literally hundreds of books on self-help, how to goal set, how to develop your mind, how to achieve your dreams, etc. And literally, it wasn't probably until it was actually an audio cassette that I was listening to. So you young goalkeepers will be thinking, an audio cassette, what's that? But mums and dads remember the audio cassettes with our 1980s Walkman. Okay, yeah. I used to listen to a lot of the audio cassettes as well on basically self-help. I remember listening to a story, and I can never remember the guy's name. I always get mixed up, sorry. So there's the actor Jack Nicholson, and he's a famous golfer, Jack Nicholson. So it's one of the two. Anyway, it's a famous American golfer. I think it's Jack Nicholson. And I was listening to him getting interviewed on one of the audio cassettes, and basically the person that was interviewing Jack said, Jack, what's the best game of golf that you've ever played? And this is when I started to realise about visualisation, and I started to study it more. What's the best game of golf that you've ever played? And Jack Nicholson said, as quick as a die, he said, the best game of golf that I play is every game of golf on the aeroplane travelling to the next tournament. Say it again. He said the best game of golf that he plays is on the airplane travelling to the next tournament. Now, honestly, when I heard this, I'd only just come out of football, so I was an ex-thick footballer. I was thinking, what? He plays golf. I actually thought he played physical golf on an airplane. Seriously, I was thinking, that's a bit dangerous, isn't it? I wouldn't fancy, being on the same airplane as him. And I had to listen to it about 5 or 6 times before it clicked. I thought, oh, right, okay, he's visualising. And what he went on to say that he'd also have a map of the golf course where he would be playing, and he would visualise going through from the tee off, or from the first tee. Everyone would be a perfect shot. He would visualise himself going into the bunker, obviously making a mistake, but then visualise a perfect shot getting out of the bunker. And what he said was that was really, he said, it was like a really strange feeling that, sometimes, he would visualise making a mistake and it was going into the bunker, but then he visualised himself getting out the bunker and making that perfect shot, he said. And it was really weird and scary that exactly what he visualised on the airplane happened in a tournament. And it clicked, man. I was like, oh, that's what happened to me. So when I used to visualise as a professional goalkeeper, for example, I used to visualise, visualising the right winger coming down the cross, down the wing, the right winger, going past our left back, then the right winger putting a cross into the 18-yard box, and then me coming out for the across, I'm visualising that I could hear the crowd, etc. I visualised myself shouting keepers. I visualised coming for the cross. I visualised flattening, my defender flat, because they never get out the way because they never listen to me. So I flattened my defender for not listening to me. I flattened the attacker, caught the perfect cross for the massive roar of the crowd. Then I threw the ball out overarm, right to the halfway line to my left winger, and we went on and scored. Honestly, in a game situation, I've done that where the night before I visualised exactly what I've just said to you. And then when I've come to a game situation, I've been playing in front of 10, 15, 20,000 people. More or less the exact thing happened. The exact thing what I visualised the night before happened in a game situation. And I remember getting a cold shiver going, oh, that was weird. But I never realised I'd actually visualised that the night before. So what it actually does is when you visualise all different scenarios, you sort of got a head start of when things happen, if that makes sense. And that's what I was doing as a professional goalkeeper. But I didn't realise this. As I say, it wasn't until I finished my career and I started reading books, because as a goalkeeper, I was actually I was very underconfident as a goalkeeper. And hopefully this is going to help you goalkeepers, what I'm going to say now. So when I played professionally in front of thousands of people, sometimes on TV, now this was many years ago when obviously, TV wasn't like it is today. People watching me in the stands or on TV will go, wow, this Ray Newland looks super confident. I was a bag of nerves. I was super, super scared. Sometimes I just didn't want to play, which is strange because my dream was to become a professional goalkeeper. But when I was actually ready for the game situation, I was super nervous. And I used to think that was like I was really weak. I used to think I was a weakling because I was scared before the game. It's not until I finished my career then I understand the importance of your mindset and obviously performing in front of a big crowd. You have to be, it's natural to be scared and it's natural to be nervous. So if you're a goalkeeper and you're scared or nervous before a game and you think you're weak, don't worry, okay? It's completely natural, okay? Yeah, because there's no one around to tell me when I was a youngster, hey, it's okay, or even when as a professional, sorry, it's okay to be nervous. You've got to be nervous, okay? Because being nervous and scared, it goes back to when we were cavemen and cave women, that fight or flight. Because if you heard the rustle in the bushes when you were a caveman and it was a big saber-toothed tiger, if you went scared and nervous and you carried on walking, that tiger would jump out and gobble you up and eat you up. So it actually goes back to, and again, this is all in the books, this is not me saying this, being nervous and scared goes back to us being cavemen and cave women, that when we were walking through the jungle looking for our food, if you heard a rustle in the bushes, you had to be on your toes because it could be something ready to eat you. Because if you were too casual, you'd be eaten, and that's what that was. That's our nervous system. Because we knew we were going into a dangerous situation where I could make a mistake in front of thousands of people, that puts you on your toes. It's only natural, okay? The key is to control your nerves and to control your, the key is to first of all is to realise you're not weak. You're not a weakling by being scared or being nervous. It's actually good, okay, yeah? But you've obviously got to control your nerves. because a lot of goalkeepers unfortunately can't control the nerves. But the key is, and one of the reasons why a lot of goalkeepers sort of struggle in game situations is because they think they're weak because they're nervous before a game. So the first thing is, it's good. You're not weak. It's natural. It's actually good to be nervous, but you just got to control your nerves. And as you get older, it becomes easier. When you got someone like myself telling you what to do, it becomes easier as well. But as I say, if you practice the art of visualization, it makes it a hell of a lot easier as well. Okay, so again, I'm digressing a bit here, guys, because I really want to drill into the importance of visualization. So anyway, going back to myself, you know, my career was finished. I started reading books. I listened to the audio cassette from Jack Nicholls. I was like, wow, I was visualizing since I was 12 years of age, and I didn't realize it. And I think, and the reason why I told you the story about me literally for 10 years being a professional goalkeeper, being scared and thinking I actually thought I was a coward because I used to be nervous before a game. Again, because nobody taught this subject when I was playing professionally. So, and this is why I can help you, because what happens is you get a lot of goalkeepers who are naturally confident. And what happens is if you get a goalkeeping coach who is naturally confident as a goalkeeper and they become a goalkeeping coach, they cannot teach goalkeepers who are not confident because they've never been on that side of the fence of not being confident, if that makes sense. Because in their mind, you know, everyone's confident. No, 99% of people are not confident. Never mind goalkeepers, every walks of life, people are not confident. Unfortunately, it's just the way life is for most of us. So for myself, is because I've been on the other side of that fence of being super nervous and super scared, and I actually performed at the highest levels doing that. And then when my career finished and I started reading all my self-help books and listening to my audio programs, because I understood, you know, being scared, I had empathy with my students. I could see all my students when I physically coached my students that they were underconfident. And because I was reading these books over the years, and I still read these books 20 years later, I still read the books. In fact, actually as well, this is not a plug. I've actually wrote 7 books. These are just 2 of the books that I've written. One's called Millionaire Success Traits. That's all obviously to do with business. And the 6-figure routine, again, that's to help business people, find a 6-figure job or a 6-figure business, whether they want to earn 6 figures a month or 6 figures a year. That helps them with that now. So that's just 2 of the books I've actually wrote. I think it's actually 8 books I've written now on self-help. So what I've learned over the years, so once I've realised the art of visualisation, first of all, I started visualising more myself, but this time with a purpose, because I understood the art of visualisation. Also, I've written books on the subject, obviously to help, my fellow human being, get over, help them to achieve their dreams and goals. In fact, for mums and dads, if you want to go and check out, the website's getting developed at the moment. But if you want to go and check out raynewland.com, again, listen, I'm not asking you to go and buy anything on there. If you want one of my books, etc., let me know and I'll send you a copy for free. So it's not a plug or anything like that. But go and check out raynewland.com. You see all the books that I've written, and then you'll understand why I can teach this topic, because as I say, I've been both sides of the fence. I've been super nervous, so I've got empathy with people who are underconfident because I understand. And I've basically, for the past 20 years of my life, I've been studying and developing the art of visualization, the art of obviously, achieving your dreams and goals. And I've taught that to all my students. Every single one of my students, I don't just teach them about goalkeeping, I teach them about visualization and being confident. And that's why I've helped more, I'm being serious here, go and check this out. I've helped more this is me individually, not as an organisation, but me as an individual coach. I've helped more goalkeepers achieve their dreams to become professional, semi-professional, gain a college scholarship than any other goalkeeping coach in history. Now, I don't say that to be arrogant or big-headed, but just to let you know that you're in the right place as a goalkeeper, or your goalkeeping child is. As I say, so for me, that's why I can teach visualization, and that's why most goalkeeping coaches actually don't teach visualization. Reason being is the underconfidence. Yet you might have the odd goalkeeping coach that is super confident, but they can't teach if someone's super confident, it's very rare they can teach someone who is not confident, because like I said before, in their minds, well, you should be confident, because they've not been the other side of the fence, if that makes sense. But you get most goalkeeping coaches, they were like me, super underconfident, super scared, and nobody taught them. But they never did what I did and studied the art of visualization and being a success for the past 20 years. So the reason why your goalkeeping coach probably is not sitting down with you and teaching you how to be confident is because most goalkeeping coaches themselves are not confident, or they're not confident all the time, to choose a better word. Now, I'm not knocking them for that, because no one is 100%. Actually, there's a few people, a teeny minority of people that are always confident, but most people are not confident all the time. I'm not confident all the time, far from it. But unfortunately what happens is, which is a shame really, a goalkeeping coach might be confident 95% of the time, but because they're not confident for 5% of the time, they feel as if, well, I can't teach confidence, I can't teach my students confidence because I'm also underconfident, even though it's only 5%, but they can still teach the art of confidence with the 95% that they know and practice, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm waffling on a bit here. So again, I'm just obviously explaining why, unfortunately a lot of goalkeeping coaches and coaches don't, unfortunately, teach their students the art of confidence and visualization, because that's a massive part of developing as a goalkeeper. And I mentioned this in the previous video, again, without going into too much detail. We've helped thousands, so myself and my fellow J4K coaches all over the world, we've literally helped thousands of our students achieve their dreams, obviously combined as coaches. And I promise you, it's not the most naturally gifted goalkeepers that achieve their dreams. It's the goalkeepers with average ability, but what they do is they become above average in here. They become super confident. And honestly, I've seen it time and time again, hundreds of times, where a goalkeeper has just flew past another goalkeeper who has more ability than them, but this other goalkeeper might have natural ability, but they've not got confidence in themselves. But these average goalkeepers become that confident in their abilities, they just literally fly past goalkeepers who are better than them, and who had more natural ability. That's the power of being confident in yourself, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you on this 30-day course. So look, if you're feeling underconfident at the moment, nervous, you feel like you're an average goalkeeper, you feel like other goalkeepers are better than you, hopefully it's starting to click now. This is really, really good news, because you can not only catch up on your competition who could be better than you. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, there's always going to be people better than yourself, okay? But if you can become better than them up here mentally, I promise you will smash. When I say smash them, I don't mean go smash them, in your terms of like, you'll beat them to, you'll fly past them to achieve your dreams. And I promise you, you work on your confidence, you will become the best goalkeeper in your league, because I guarantee 99% of other goalkeepers in your league will not be getting taught what I'm teaching you in this 30-day challenge. Okay, so I know that I've waffled on a bit here, but I wanted to tell you, obviously, sort of my story and a bit of a backstory of the importance of visualization, because visualization is a massive part, an absolute massive part, and for you to become super confident as a goalkeeper, or as a person in life as well. Visualization is the key. And even when I do the other videos, the other challenges, you'll see me always coming back to the visualization. That's why I'm spending a lot of time in this first video to explain about the art of visualization, because I will be coming back to it, probably every video, because confidence is all about visualizing first. Okay, so you visualize yourself being confident first, and then it happens. Okay, so you daydream your way to success, you daydream your way to becoming super confident. Okay, so hope that makes sense. So what I want you to do now, I'm going to give you some homework, some exercises. So what I want you to do now, as I say, first of all, when you visualize, literally just try and find a quiet part of the house, or quiet part of the garden. So you can visualize literally everywhere and anywhere and everywhere. I'll be honest with you, I visualize sitting in the armchair, having a cup of coffee. I'll visualize, when I get up of a morning time, or just before I go to bed, I'll deliberately visualize what I want to succeed in. Sometimes I'll go to the bottom of the garden where you can hear all the birds singing. I'll obviously only do this on a sunny day, don't do it when it's raining, okay? I'll sit down in the bottom of the garden where it's nice and quiet, and I'll literally, as I say, I'll take a cup of coffee or something, or I'll take a book, and I'll just go and visualize for 10 minutes. If you're going to school on the bus, or you're getting drove to school by your parents, you can visualize. So get those earphones out, get your head from, don't be like all the other kids and having your head stuck on the iPhone all the time. That's one way for you not to achieve your dreams, okay? So put your iPhone down, or your smartphone, get your earphones out, and just sit and visualize. And again, say to whoever's in the car, I'm not being rude, I'm just going to be visualizing for a bit. And so while you're going to school, visualize you being, visualize yourself being confident. Now, how you visualize yourself being confident, by the way, you think, well, how do you visualize yourself being confident? You visualize yourself doing great things, so as a goalkeeper, you visualize, coming for crosses, perfectly. You visualize saving penalties. You visualize, your teammates jumping all over you when you've made a great save or you won the game for your team. You visualize the coaches pat you on the back. You visualize the parents on the line clapping you. If you're a goalkeeper and you're playing in front of 100, 200, thousands of people, you visualize the crowd shouting your name, etc. And by visualizing all these little individual things that helps you become a goalkeeper, you visualize them, you visualize yourself being a success in all different aspects of your goalkeeping. What will happen is you'll start to perform, you'll start to do things very well on the field, and that's how your confidence grows. You can also visualize yourself being successful as well. So for example, you can visualize yourself, before, while you get to the, so here's another one as well. So again, I know this video is a lot longer than what I thought, but again, another thing you can do to visualize as well is visualize yourself looking confident as well, because what a lot of goalkeepers unfortunately do, they get to the game and they'll be biting their nails, they'll have their head down, and that doesn't distill confidence in your teammates, if that makes sense, because they're going to look at you as a goalkeeper and go, oh, he or she looks nervous because they're biting their nails, their head's down. So what you do, even though inside you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm nervous, what happens is, it's called wearing masks, okay? It's wearing masks. So what happens is, when you get out the car, as soon as you see your teammates, boom, you put a mask on. You put your shoulders back, not too far back, but stand up straight, walk, walk with confidence. Well, that sounds crazy, so don't walk with your head down, like looking down. Stand up straight, look around, look people in the eye, and go, you okay? Even though inside you might be nervous to start off with, you okay? Good day, or whether your friends, or hi John, hi Sam, etc. And just walk with a bit of a swagger. Not arrogance, just a bit of confidence, okay? So visualize yourself walking, looking them in the eye. You okay? And I promise you, they'll be like, whoa, okay. Even though inside you might be nervous, don't let anyone else see. This is one of the keys. If you speak to most professional goalkeepers, they will tell you, even though that they're nervous inside, they will never show anybody that they're nervous. Okay, they wear a mask, and everyone will think, wow, they're super confident, but inside they're still a bit nervous. So I want you to start doing that exercise as well. Start when you're seeing your teammates, your coach, just look them in the eye and go, okay, John, okay, coach, yeah, and be nice and loud. And as I say, just walk around, obviously, laugh and look. I keep saying, look people in the eye, and that will start portray your teammates will start to see you, wow, raise confidence all of a sudden. And I promise you, the more you do that, when you first start doing it, you think, oh, I feel strange, I feel weird. I promise you, the more you do it, it becomes natural, okay? There's an amazing saying in business, you fail your way or you blag your way to success. And that's what we're doing here. It's not sort of blagging, you're practicing your way to success. You've got to practice first, okay? You can't expect to happen straight away. You practice first, and you might not get it right the first time, the second time, the 10th time, but just keep doing it. When you walk into your changing rooms, have your shoulders back, be nice, and when I say nice and loud, I don't mean screaming and shouting. Look your fellow teammates in the eye and go, you okay, John? Morning. Yeah, had a nice week. Fantastic. Yeah, let's have this game. Yeah, we're going to have a good game today. Portray confidence. I'll do more about this in other videos, by the way. I'm only planting seeds in this video, but can you understand what I'm saying here as a goalkeeper, or as a parent of a goalkeeper? Most goalkeepers will walk in, the bag over the shoulders, the head down, and when people are saying hello, they won't say hello back, or they might go hi and put the head back down again. You're portraying that you're not confident. Also, if the opponent team sees you play that, again, this is something I'll speak about in another video, in another challenge. If the opponent see you with your head down, they're going to go, we've got this goalkeeper here. But if your teammates and the opponents see you standing up with your heads right, laughing, you okay, how are you? Okay, we're having a good game today. Okay, your teammates are going to go, wow, our goalkeeper's confidence, fantastic. And that will change their concept on you as well. Again, I'm going to speak about it in another video, because if they see that your confidence in your goalkeeping, they're less likely to have a go at you. They're less likely to blame you if a goal goes in, because if you've got your head down, it's easy for them to blame you. But if you're someone with your head up, nice and loud, etc., they're going to go, whoa, Ray knows what he's talking about here. And they're less likely to put the blame on you. That'll be explained more in another challenge. But also the opponents as well. Imagine if you're a centre forward and you look over at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's like this, putting their head down. The centre forward's going to be like, oh, this is going to be easy today. But again, if that centre forward looks over at the goalkeeper's, as I say, standing tall, being nice and confident, laughing, shouting, you know what I mean? The striker's going to go, whoa, I've got my work cut out today. And then that puts the striker in a negative mindset, if that makes sense. And again, that's how you can beat centre forwards with your mind, okay? Just by the aura that you give off. So the first homework that I want you to do is visualize yourself, walking into your changing rooms, walking onto the training. Whenever you're with your teammates, you're walking on with your shoulders back. Don't go too weird, okay? Don't start going in like that, because they'll go, oops, it's strange. As I say, but just go in, get your head up, look at everyone straight in the eye. As I say, not again without staring them out, okay? Head up, walk in. Look them at that straight in the eye, okay? And maybe use what I always use. I love my thumb. You okay, John? You okay? And whoa, okay, straight away, bang, confidence, okay, because that will give your team confidence. It will give you confidence as well, okay, yeah. Hopefully it makes sense. I want to say it one more time, okay? Imagine the teammates looking at you walking in with your head down, bag over your shoulder, hi, okay, to coming in with your bag. You okay? Thumbs up. You okay, John? Okay, Sam? Okay, Steve? Gonna have a good session today? All of a sudden, whoa, you're giving off confidence. Even though inside you might be nervous, please trust me, keep doing this and eventually it'll be natural. Okay, and what happens then is when your teammates see you being confident, I promise you they're less likely to have a go at you when a goal goes in. And also the opponent team is going to see you as well, and they're going to go, oh dear me, this goalkeeper looks good. You've not even played. How many times have you done it yourself as a goalkeeper? You've looked at another player and gone, whoa, that goalkeeper or that player looks good. And you've not even seen them perform yet. It's because the way they walk, it's the aura that they give off. And all professional goalkeepers do this. All professional players do this. So that's your first homework, okay? Visualize yourself going into your team, into the changing room with your team, and just being confident. You're looking your teammates in the eye and I'm going to say being loud. I don't mean screaming and shouting, but rather than going, yeah, going, okay, John. Okay, have a good week. Okay, cool. You ready for the training session, or ready for this game today, or do you send it forward? You better get a hat trick today, John. You know what I mean? So again, just start doing that. I keep saying I'll do more as the challenge goes on. So that's your first homework. I want you to visualize yourself walking into your changing rooms with your teammates and being confident as well. Second homework that I want you to do as well is whatever you're most scared of at the moment in a game situation, I'm going to say coming for crosses. So let's say you're scared of coming for crosses at the moment, okay? I want you to visualize yourself, coming for crosses, okay? So whether it's the winger, like I explained earlier on in the video, when I used to play professionally, I used to visualize the winger coming down the line and crossing the ball over. It could be coming for a corner. And I want you to visualize yourself, honestly, between now and next week for 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, okay, just sit down somewhere quiet or visualise on the bus going to school or when you're getting driven around, visualise you coming for the cross in every single scenario. But when you coming for the cross, you make that perfect catch or that perfect punch. And also, I'll guarantee what will happen as well, but as you visualise them, you actually sometimes you might visualise yourself dropping the ball, okay, yeah, totally natural, don't worry about that. What you've immediately got to do is visualise that again, and you keep visualising it. So what you do is you erase that negative thought. So if you visualise yourself dropping something, again, let's visualise you're coming for the corner and you visualise yourself dropping the ball. Okay, that's honestly, that's natural. That's okay. That's our mind playing games on us. All you do is erase that negative visualization, okay? Erase that by just keep going over and over until you start seeing you catches yourself, okay? So that's, as I say, just start doing that. Two homework this week. Visualize yourself being confident walking into your changing rooms with your teammates. Visualize yourself being confident when you talk to your teammates, you talk to your coach, etc. And also then pick another, pick something at the moment, your biggest fear when you play. A lot of goalkeepers are scared of coming for crosses. That's why I use this example. But I want you to visualize every scenario. I say wingers coming from the right wing, the left wing from a corner coming in, from the left, corner coming in from the right, a free kick on the edge of the box. Visualize yourself coming out and making that perfect catch. Visualize yourself coming for that punch. Even visualize yourself coming out and shouting, "Keepers!" I promise you it works. I promise you it works. It sounds hocus pocus, okay, but it works. And the more you do it, okay, the more, as I say, what will happen is when you're playing in a game situation or you're training, I promise you, you'll come for a cross and something that you visualized the week before or the month before happens exactly on the training field or in a game situation how you visualized it. Okay, so I'm going to obviously be doing more. I'm only planting a seed today, okay? And hopefully I've not gone on too much here, but I'm super keen to get this across because I know this can not only change you as a goalkeeper, it can change your life as well. Because honestly, if you can go through life with being confident, even though inside you might not be confident to start with, okay, you can pretend to be confident, because eventually what happens is when you do something that much, it becomes a habit, okay, yeah, and once it's a habit, that's when you'll always be confident. Not always, sorry, you'll always, I say, even myself, okay, I'm confident most of the time, but I still have my moments, okay, but the beauty about it, I know when I'm having a moment and I go, no, hey, no, hey, Mr. Negativity, get out, no, and I'll come in, I'll bring a visualization to wipe that negative thought out of my mind. Again, it sounds hocus pocus, but please, as a goalkeeper, listen. Even if you're a young goalkeeping child, you know, as a parent, please don't listen to your goalkeeping child, because this will give you the edge. Because if you can learn this, what I'm teaching you at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, it's going to give you such an edge on your competition, but it'll also help you in school. It'll help you in anything. You can visualize your success in anything you want, never mind goalkeeping. It's that important, okay? So that's your homework. Again, I know I might have lost you a bit towards the end because I know it's a bit of a long, it's a long video here. But again, I wanted to really stress the importance of visualization and why it's important to do it. But I will be explaining about visualization in other videos, in the other challenges, because it's that important. So do your homework, visualize yourself being successful. Visualize yourself being confident, walking into the changing rooms with your teammates. Visualize yourself being confident everywhere, even when you're walking onto the field. Again, I'm just super keen to get this across to you. Just imagine as well, look, just think about this for a moment. When you play of a Saturday or Sunday, you look at I bet you £1,000, you look at the other goalkeeper while they're warming up, and you're thinking, wow, they look good, or they don't look too good. And you've not seen them play. It's because the aura that they give off. Now, if you're looking at them, are they looking at you? Is the centre forward from the opposing team looking at you? I bet you £1 billion they are, because you're doing it, okay, yeah? So you've got to realise people are watching you from the start. So as soon as you've got your kit on, even in the warm-up, you walk onto that field, your shoulders back, smiling. You okay, John? Speaking to everyone nice and loud. Again, be nice and clapping your hands. I keep saying, when I say loud, I don't mean screaming and shouting, but shouting to your mates, hey, well done, John, let's keep going, have a good game today. So you can imagine a centre forward or the other goalkeeper, if you walk onto the field and your head's down and you're like this and they see you're nervous, the opponents are going to go, easy game. And the older you get, I promise you, I've done this many a times, I'll say to my centre forwards, this goalkeeper doesn't look confident, this goalkeeper. First chance you get, shoot, because this goalkeeper looks scared, looks nervous. Okay, the older you get, other people will notice, other players will notice, okay? So you can't give them a moment of weakness. You can't let anyone know you're weak. Even though inside you might be nervous, as I keep saying, guys, even when you walk onto the field. So here's your third homework, okay? So when you walk onto the field, for your warm-ups as well, okay? I want you to visualise yourself walking on, okay, walking onto the field with your shoulders back, looking big, looking confident, being loud, looking at your defenders or your teammates in the eye and saying, come on, John, we've got to have a good game today, you know what I mean? And just be nice and loud without screaming, if that makes sense. So visualize yourself, visualize you being the other goalkeeper. Homework number 3, guys. Visualize yourself being the other goalkeeper or the other centre forward who's watching you. Are you going to walk on the field with your head down like this? Okay, yeah, I'm timid and quiet. Or are you now going to walk onto that field with your shoulders back, nice and loud, eye contact with all your teammates, and making sure that when again you're visualizing that you are the other goalkeeper or the other centre forward. I want you to visualize yourself, other people looking at you. How would you walk on the field now that you know that other people are watching you? Okay, yeah. So I want you to visualize yourself walking on that field, being confident, being loud, when you're warming up, doing everything as perfect as you can, because you want the opponents to be thinking, whoa, this goalkeeper looks good. You don't want them thinking, oh, this keeper looks an easy target, because they'll just start shooting straight away. But if you can put the opponents in a negative mindset to start off with by them thinking, whoa, this keeper looks a bit tasty, I promise you it will help you have a much better game, because that's how you can mentally beat the opponents without even making a save to start off with. Okay, we're going to finish now, okay, yeah, so hopefully I've explained the art of visualization and how it can help you in all aspects of your goalkeeping. I'm just super keen for you to get it. I'm going to go three times, homework. 1, visualize yourself walking into the changing rooms so your teammates and your manager can see, whoa, okay, this Ray, he looks super confident, okay, because obviously that's going to have a positive effect on your team, the way they communicate with you, which will help you build your confidence. And again, I stress, don't worry if you feel a bit of a fraud or you're a bit nervous inside. The key is to let no one else know that, okay, yeah. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and it becomes natural. Second thing as well, you're going to pick a bigger sphere. It could be your goal kicks, could be coming for the crosses, and you're going to visualize yourself doing everything perfect. And visualize homework number 3 is you're going to visualize yourself, the opposing team watching you walk onto the field. And how are you going to walk onto the field? Looking super confident or looking super nervous and scared? Obviously, we know what the answer is. You've got to walk on that field, visualize yourself, other people looking at you, and then going, wow, this goalkeeper looks super confident. And I promise you, and I'm going to stress it again, don't worry if you have negative thoughts. Don't worry if you think, oh dear me, I feel a bit of a fraud. I promise you, if you do it for a long enough, it'll eventually become a habit. And once it becomes a habit, that's when you're confident most of the time. And that's why when the 30 days is over, okay, yeah, continue doing what I say, because it's only going to take 5 or 10 minutes a day, sitting in your armchair or going on the school bus, or when you're getting driven to school or driven to the game. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to do. So it doesn't take a lot of work. And remember, I'm going to be going live every single month, so you can always check in with me, after the 30-day challenge. So I hope that helps. I know I've waffled on a lot there, guys. Again, as I say, so please do the homework. And what I'd love you to do, please, okay, once you've done the homework, drop me an email. Please do it for 7 days. Drop me an email and go, hey Ray, challenge 1, it really helped me with this. You can do it in an email, or again, I love little videos, even if it's a 2-minute video. Hey Ray, I visualized this and it really helped me. Or hey Ray, I visualized this, I struggled a bit here, but it helped. I really would love your feedback, because that helps me to help you and the fellow goalkeepers. So I hope that helps. Okay, yeah, there's your homework. Okay, yeah, and I look forward to seeing you in challenge number 2. All the best, and this will help you become bulletproof.